And welcome back to Hannity. So a Metro Transit police officer in Washington, D.C. has been arrested and charged with providing material support to ISIS. Now, according to federal authorities, 36-year-old Nicholas Young attempted to send the terrorist group communication equipment and logistical support, all while serving as an officer of the law in the subway and bus systems in our nation capital. Now, Young is the first police officer to be charged under federal terrorism laws. So just how extensive is this ISIS threat right here in America? Here with analysis, we continue with Dr. Sebastian Gorka, Lieutenant Colonel Ralph Peters. Colonel Peters, okay, I'm trying to wrap my arms around this. We have our National Director of Intelligence, FBI, CIA Director, Assistant FBI Director, Homeland Security Committee Chairman, and former Special Envoy to defeat ISIS says ISIS will be infiltrated by the Syrian refugee population. They'll infiltrate it and come here. Then you have this particular case. And still, Obama and Hillary want to bring more people in. And we can't even get a guy that's on the police department?
Well, this guy was not a refugee. This guy was a native. No,
I'm not saying. I'm saying they're bringing in more sympathizers, but we can't even get a guy that's here. And now we're going to bring him, even though intelligence says they will infiltrate.
Well, I'd be all for bringing in Christian refugees from the Middle East, but really that's a separate issue. The problem we have right now are these disturbed young men, lone wolves, and small groups that ISIS is brilliant at identifying, attracting. And the real problem we have had since the beginning, way back to the dawn of al-Qaeda decades ago, is we always underestimate our enemies, and you don't do that. ISIS has been absolutely brilliant. They turn our laws against us. They turn our technologies against us. They're incredibly ingenious. And we know that President Obama wrote them off as a JV team, whereas in fact, for all our wealth and money and power, we've been the JV team in this, and they've been the Super Bowl
Dr.
players.
Gorka, we're missing over and over again people that are already here, and then we're going to compound the problem, ignore our intelligence officers, and take in the Syrian refugees. We can't even get a D.C. officer. We see all of the evidence of all these cases, be it San Bernardino or Orlando. All the signs were there. We're not catching them, but now we're going to bring in, ignore our intelligence officials, bring in refugees that we can't vet, that we're told will be infiltrated by terrorists, like they did in Europe.
Sean, your viewers need to understand the significance of this recent arrest. I know already the New York Times, the Huffington Post, they're going to be spinning up stories as we speak about how this was a sting operation, the guy's daddy didn't love him at school, whatever it was. But think about this. The narrative of the administration is that terrorists are unemployed. This man was a police officer who decided to help ISIS. This one arrest blows the Obama administration's narrative of where terrorists come from and why they do what they do out of the water. We have to use this to explain to the American people. Mr. Trump has to use this. The threat is real, and as Colonel Peters says, we don't understand it because the administration refuses to allow us to talk about it for what it truly is.
That's right. Well, they'll just give another $400 million to the #1 state sponsor of terror, acknowledging they'll probably use it for more terror attacks. These are really bizarre times. It defies every bit of common sense human beings were born with. Thank you both. Appreciate it.